A lot of people actually really don't like 1 gram gold bars, mainly because of the premiums. But here is why I really like them. Hello future investors and welcome back to another weekly episode. Today I want to chat to you about why I actually really enjoy stacking 1 gram gold bars. Now you will probably know if you've been watching my YouTube channel Future Investments for a while now that I have a lot of fractional gold and most of my stack actually consists of fractional gold. But why do I love fractional gold, but more importantly 1 gram gold bars? Well, it's the first investment I ever made into precious metals, so I have a bit of a bias towards these bars. I'm a little bit nostalgic to them. You know, I bought gold, my first investments around 3 years ago in 2020, and my first investments wasn't silver, it was gold, and it was in fact these Royal Mint 1 gram gold bars. At the time, I was looking to invest in something, but I didn't know what to invest in. I wanted to find something that was a safe investment that would potentially give me some nice returns. Then I found out through learning the real benefit to investing with precious metals. It's not about making money. It's about hedging against inflation to protect your wealth, especially in a long-term period. So when I started looking at the gold bars, what I was trying to figure out what I wanted to buy, I kept coming back to these 1 gram gold bars. Normally I was looking at the Royal Mint because I had done my research and I had found that the Royal Mint was probably the safest bet at the time to buy my very first gold from. That's where I felt most comfortable making my first investment. Now I had looked at other items such as quarter ounce and 1 ounces, and I could have afforded gold such as 1 ounce Britannias, but being new to investing, I was a bit nervous and I didn't really want to unleash that much capital into something I was new to. It's quite intimidating. So I assume this is why a lot of bullion dealers like PAMP and the Royal Mint bring out these 1 gram gold bars. Although they seem very small and almost pointless when it comes to investing, especially when you're looking at it compared to a 1 ounce gold Britannia or even bigger, it does seem quite insubstantial and almost pointless. But I don't believe that's the case really, because a lot of people ask me, what should I invest in and what should I buy for my first precious metals investment? And I try not to tell people too much specifically what they should and shouldn't do. I give them maybe what my idea would have been at the time, but I always lead on with the fact that, there's no right or wrong answer and each individual circumstance is different for each person. I think it comes down to investing on how much finances you have to spend and how much you're comfortable with spending. Now, as I say, I had plenty of money. I could have invested in quite a few 1 ounce gold Britannias, but I definitely wasn't comfortable doing that, especially when I started investing. And I think that's why 1 gram gold bars are such a good idea, because if it wasn't for these bars, I may never have started my investment journey. Now, I know there's a lot of you watching that probably think, yeah, well, I will never buy a 1 gram gold bar because of the premiums. And I totally understand that. The premiums are very high on these bars. However, I do look at it from a sort of optimistic mindset that, when I first was buying these in around 2020, I was paying, I believe, off the top of my head, around £50 per gram from the Royal Mint. It might have been just a little bit more. But, yes, the premiums are high and it's going to take a while to recoup that. However, you could just as easily go out and spend £50 on a posh dinner out with your friends or your family or your partner. You could easily spend that on a pair of shoes, on absolutely anything. And we do tend to, in this day and age, because of social media and influence, chuck money at things, and then it's not till later on in life you think, God, I wasted so much money on something that never really gave me much benefit apart from the initial enjoyment of the purchase at the very moment. So yeah, the premiums are high on these, but the happiness I've got out of owning 1 gram gold bars, I felt, especially as a new investor all those years ago, 3 years ago, it gave me such an overwhelming feeling that I was trying at least to do something to benefit my financial future. I was still aware that there was premiums at the time, and I'm aware that there are premiums now. If you're not going to make any investment, I think it's better to make this investment than none. And I like to comment on a lot of my replies to my videos saying, in response to people who ask me, what should I buy? I normally try and finish the answer off with, it's better to have some gold than no gold. And I really do believe that, And the matter of the fact is, I could still go and sell these and get my money back, It's been 3 years now and I probably would recoup what I paid for them because, gold prices are at a record high right now, close to breaking an all-time record, But you know what? I don't really care about that. You know, even if I took a loss initially and I still haven't recouped it, I still own gold and I still own an asset that is hedging me against inflation. Even though it's small, it's still hedging me against inflation. And another way to look at it would be if I had a £50 note and I had it in cash laying next to these bars. In that 3 years, the buying power of that £70 cash is going to have devalued massively compared to this bar. You know, as we know, gold goes up with inflation. So I do believe there's a little bit too much of a stigma around the 1 gram gold bars, and it may put some new investors off. I get a lot of comments saying, what should I buy, what should I invest in? And just from that comment alone, I can tell they're nervous and they're really unsure. Unfortunately, with 1 gram gold, it's the smallest gold you can buy, and it's still quite expensive. You know, right now I think it's around £80 or high £70 to buy from the Royal Mint. So it's still not chump change, you know, especially in this day and age where there's inflation and possible recessions hitting the UK and people are struggling for money. To go out and spend £80 on something so small and almost insignificant that you can't do anything with, I can understand why people don't invest, and they see something so small and they think, I'm not going to pay £70 to £80 for something that's the size of a mobile phone SIM card. But when you really delve into the benefits of why you're spending that money, it outweighs those worries. But a lot of people don't know about precious metals, and I do believe it's a very unknown thing in, you know, the global economy and the day-to-day life of people. They don't really understand nor even are aware of the benefits of precious metals. People just think gold, they think of jewellery. You know, when I do believe jewellery is quite different from actual bullion gold. I don't personally invest in jewellery because it's not something I know enough about and I don't feel comfortable. I like the fact that with bullion, especially these 1 gram gold bars and stuff, you know, you're buying exactly the weight you want and it's as pure as it can get. There's no ifs or buts, it's just what it says and what it is. So that's why I do love fractional gold. And yes, I definitely have a bit of a bias towards 1 gram gold. There is better investments to make out there. With gold, the bigger that you buy, the more you get for your money. There's no denying that. But I do think if you're a new investor and you're not confident in spending a lot of money, why not? Why wouldn't you invest in a 1 gram gold bar? Because like I say, surely it's better to have some gold than no gold. You know, but that's just my personal opinion. I really do love 1 gram gold bars. I love the fact that they're liquid, you know, and yes, there's a lot of, you know, people say, well, if you're buying it to have liquid cash available when you need it, you shouldn't really be investing in gold in the first place. Yeah, that's partly true, but you know what? You never know what your financial circumstances are going to do. You know, millionaires are millionaires one day, and then 6 months later, they're in debt and they're bankrupt. You know, so you never know what the future's got in hold for you, but, you know, there is that benefit there. If you ever did need it, you could sell them and you wouldn't have to break into a huge 1 ounce gold Britannia and lose £1,600 worth of investment. You're only going to lose, you know, £70 to £80 worth of investment. But amongst that, that's why I love 1 gram gold. I don't tend to give them as gifts because I still think it's too expensive to give as a gift, even though it's the smallest gold you can buy in terms of bullion. But a lot of people, I think, wouldn't appreciate the gift if you were to give it to them because, as I said, many people don't understand precious metals and the real, true intrinsic value. But that's pretty much sums up why I love 1 gram gold and all in all, fractional gold in general. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you have, please leave a comment below and let me know. To watch another one of our episodes on future investments, click the link now.